Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to another edition of Omega Live with JJ, Woman Without Borders. Yeah, you can see I have a different background today, right? Hi, I'm gonna give a story. I'm gonna give a story. So, yeah, welcome to Omega Live, guys. um, it is Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's never a dull moment around here. Never a dull moment around here. Yeah, yeah. So, guys, this morning I had to go on the road, right, to do some transaction. I just had to go on the road to do some transaction this morning. So, um, I realized I wasn't going to make it back in time. So I decided I was going to do an outside broadcast, okay, and give it a different change in background. I was actually planning to give you guys the beach. I wanted to give you the beach, the sea background. And I thought that would be so cool for my viewers, right, to be able to see Jamaica beach. Guys, all the beaches were down. Wait a minute. Didn't I hear the Prime Minister said the beach was supposed to close for the holiday, Easter holidays, but reopen after Easter? Am I in twilight zone here? What's going on? Why are the beaches closed? Mr. Prime Minister, why are our beaches closed? I went to the supposedly public Walter Fletcher Beach, which is supposed to be public, right? It's owned by us and managed by the UDC, Urban Development Corporation. I went there. It is closed to the public, guys. I could not get onto the beach. Hmm? I went to the park. The old hospital park is supposed to be a public space. Yeah? The park is closed. I could not get into the park, guys. I couldn't get anywhere. So I went to the famous Mobe Proper, right? You know, Mobe Proper is a restaurant and a sports bar. So I go there sometimes to use their Wi-Fi. So I said, oh my God, maybe I can get some Wi-Fi to use today at Mobile Proper so I won't have my program drop, right? The feed will not drop. Guys, I went there. Yes, they were open. But of course, when I tested to see if I could do the live broadcast there, they had their televisions on. And of course, they have to have them on because it's a sports bar and the guys are coming in to watch sports or, to watch TV. So it just was too much noise in that background. So I couldn't stay there. So I'm like, I'm not going to make it back in time. I'm not going to make it back home in time to do this broadcast. Where am I going to do this broadcast? And then I said, okay, all right, I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to my school. So um, so a lot of you don't know, I am supposed to be doing my doctoral program at UCC, right? University of Sunderland through UCC. Yeah. So I I know the school is closed because we're doing classes online, right? No classes in person at this time. But I thought, okay, let me just come onto the campus anyway and see if I can do it. So I found a spot right near to the program director's office, which is where I'm at right now. So that's what you're seeing, right? I'm actually at UCC campus in Montego Bay, Jamaica right now. And that's where I'm actually doing this broadcast. Never a dull moment, I tell you guys. All right, so don't worry. I'm not out here. I got my mask, so don't feel I'm out here without my mask. Don't send the police for me. I got my mask, but it's gonna be a bit windy, guys. So don't mind if it gets windy or if you hear sounds in the background because people are going and coming. So you're gonna hear people talking. So don't mind them. Hopefully, my voice will be louder and drown those out, right? Okay, so welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for taking another time out of your busy day. I know your day is busy, of course, so much to do, yeah? Even at home. And so you spend some time, you've taken the time to spend it with me. Okay, excuse the sleeveless, right? Apart from the fact that Jamaica is hot, I'm telling you, it is like, this is at least 30, how much degrees? I'd say probably about 33 degrees, yeah, or more, 35 degrees maybe. It's very hot. It's very hot. It's hot. It's not quite 37, or it could be, but it's really hot, guys. I mean, I'm sweating. It is so hot, and it's just clammy and humid. But it is a refreshing change, right, from being inside the house. Yeah, and so I was like, I just had to do. I wanted to do outside broadcast. I've been outside here, but I couldn't do the scene that I wanted to do. So you have to settle with this. Okay, this is the best I could do for you today. All right, guys. So you know the drill, right? As usual, I have to give you the news and I give you my 2 cents. But here's the thing, now, guys. You know, I did not even have I didn't even have the figure for you for the amount of persons who had the novel coronavirus as of today. I didn't have that figure. I tweeted to the Minister of Health this morning and I said, where is the figures? I tweeted to the Minister of Health, the minister, and I said, where is the figure? Because, it was pending. I told you yesterday that we had some samples pending. So if we have some samples pending, guys, and it's a 24-hour turnaround time, shouldn't we have some cases today, right? We should. And there was no figure to give to you. And I was like, what's going on here? Anyways, apparently some figures did come out. So a friend of mine sent me, right before I came onto the program, sent me the latest update with regard to that. Right. Um, so as of right now, we are 381 confirmed cases, guys. We are 381 confirmed cases with 17 additional cases, right? The St. Catherine alone, out of that number, has 222. St. Catherine has 222 cases. Can you believe it, guys? So, having said that, I wanted to go into a story for you that I was reading in the Jamaica Observer. uh, but unfortunately, the story I was reading was online, and I'm looking for it in the actual physical paper because I just got a copy of the physical paper, and I am not seeing the story in the physical paper that I wanted to share with you. So I will have to do that tomorrow. However, this and like as I can do that, yeah. So that's the front page, guys, of the Jamaica Observer, and it says 2 hospitals cleared. Listen to this, guys. So the lawyer for the family of Jodian Fearon, the 23-year-old mother who died on Friday after being denied access to health care at several of the country's core hospitals, is demanding that the final report from the administrative review conducted recently be handed over to the family. Let me finish before I talk. Okay, so he says, have heard the minister, so they were in parliament yesterday, and the family is not in a position to take comfort in anything that. Are you still there, guys? Is the feed becoming unstable again? Okay, you're back. All right. So, I hope the feed stays stable today. It's getting some fresh air. So, as I was saying, so the interview was given to the Jamaica Observer after Parliament closed yesterday, when the minister spoke in Parliament yesterday. Right. So Dr. Tufton said basically that the Victoria, Jubilee Hospital and the Spanish Town hospitals have been cleared of any foul play in the activities preceding Ferron's death that have sparked public outrage. In his statement to the House of Representatives, Dr. Tufton said that the initial assessment of the administrative review conducted by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is that both the Victoria Jubilee Hospital and the Spanish Town Hospital adhered to the established procedures as it relates to the transfer of patients from private facilities, right? That's what he said, and that's what was reported in the Gleaner, right? Now, in the House of Representatives yesterday, guys, there was a sparring match going on between Dr. Tufton and Dr. Morais Guy. Dr. Morais Guy, he is the opposition spokesman on health, right? And he's also the opposition for business in the House of Representatives, right? So they were in Parliament yesterday, and I'm going to read for you what took place in Parliament, okay, as it was reported. And then I'm going to give you my two, you're going to get my 2 cents, right? But let me give you full details of the news. So, while Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, awaits the outcome of the criminal investigation into the controversial death of Jodian Fearon, right? He has been urged not to defer an internal probe into an issue that has triggered widespread national anger. Fearon, who was allegedly denied care by 3 hospitals, died shortly after giving birth on Saturday. Dr. Morais Guy, leader of opposition business in the House of Representatives yesterday, disagreed with the police intervention in the matter at this stage. But Dr. Tufton told the House that the ministry would comply with the police and provide, quote, all documents related to this matter to advance the investigation and the preferring of charges as may be deemed necessary. He made it clear that the government did not instruct the police to conduct an investigation, a pronouncement that was also echoed by the National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang. All right. The National Security Minister said that Fearon, who was an employee at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, I talked about it yesterday, right? PICA. Worked closely with the police and was well known. So the point is that the police decided to do an investigation anyway because this is a PICA employee who died. Can you see an irony in here somewhere? Okay. However, Guy argued that the ministry should push ahead with its own investigation and make recommendations to avoid a recurrence, right? Guy cautioned that a police probe could be dragged out before the court for years before finding closure. I'm going to quote him. He says, there is also the Medical Council of Jamaica, which has the authority to look into matters such as this, end quote. He reiterated the opposition's call for a commission of inquiry into the matter. According to Guy, what should have happened in the first instance was a commission of inquiry. In a statement to Parliament, Dr. Tufton said that based on the ministry's administrative review to date, the Victoria Jubilee Hospital and the Spanish Town hospitals adhered to the established procedures on the transfer of patients from private facilities. Quote, these protocols are to ensure the safety of all parties and to provide for the best outcome for the patient and staff, end quote. He said the ministry has put in place at hospitals all across the island an increased capacity to manage suspected cases of COVID-19. However, he said that each hospital has a limit on how many patients it can accommodate. Dr. Tufton reported that more than 500 suspected and confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been managed in hospitals island-wide. There were 114 cases in hospitals as of April 26th. Today is April 29th. Okay, so Fearon died after she was allegedly denied care at the Andrews Memorial Hospital, AMH, the University Hospital of the West Indies, UE, and the Victoria Jubilee Hospital, VGH. It's understood that medical officials at Andrews, where Fearon went first, feared that she had the coronavirus. She was later tested negative. Fearon eventually gave birth to a girl. She had a girl, guys. She had a girl at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine. Two of the hospital, Andrews and Niue, have issued contradictory statements on their role in the incident. This was an article that was in the Gleaner done by Edmund Campbell. All right, guys. So you don't have to give me my 2 cents on this. All right. So here it is. We have this young girl who tragically lost her life because of, shall we say, delicately, a breakdown in the system, right? Okay, so now everybody jumping on the bandwagon. Like I told you guys, let me tell you something. This has been going on from Thursday. When did you first hear about this? That's the first question. When did you Thursday. The doctor, or good doctor, which some people are trying to blame, don't blame her doctor, because I've listened to him on the radio speaking to a person, and they have replayed phone conversations that were recorded by this doctor. He was running from place to place, running up and down, trying to get help for his patient. That's what the doctor was doing. Yes, he was trying to get help for his patient. Okay? And basically, if what's said in Parliament is true, and the Victoria Jubilee Hospital, okay, first of all, they say the Victoria Jubilee Hospital and Spanish Town Hospital are cleared more or less. This is why I kind of agree with Dr. Guy, Morais Guy, because on the one hand, you have all these investigations going on, right? Everybody's doing their own investigation, and I guarantee you, the family is doing their own investigations too. They have retained the services of an attorney at law, because guys, let's just call a spade a spade. There is going to be a lawsuit, clearly. There is going to be a civil lawsuit. There can also be a criminal case, as the police are investigating. Now you hear the police were not invited into the case by the minister or the ministry or the government per se. Although the police are part of the government, aren't they? Right? So anyway, the police came on board because, as you heard, they say Miss Fearon is an employee of theirs, an employee of PICA. Now, PICA, I think, if I'm not mistaken, falls under the Ministry of Justice. Yeah? But the Ministry of Justice and Ministry of National Security are like, brothers and sisters. They're like twins. Right? Ministry of National Security and Ministry of Justice, they are twins. So basically, a lot of the police officers, they know of Miss Fearon. They know her. Okay, and if she works at PICA, and I'm presuming it's PICA in Kingston, the head office in Kingston, right? Then basically, she would have been well known by members of immigration, customs, the police, Ministry of Justice, Ministry of National Security, etc. Right? Of course, because I think it's under the Ministry of National Security, because it's a security issue, right? Dealing with passports and so forth, it's a national security issue, which is why when I talk about that later, we talk about what Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith has to say about that aspect of things with regard to persons and their passports trying to get back into the country, right? It's a national security issue. Okay, so therefore, on that basis, the police decided to do their own investigation. So, guys, in my news broadcast this morning, I did say, and I must apologize again, guys, for that poor news broadcast this morning, because again, I got never a dull moment. I must let the puss out the bag, okay? You know where I did that broadcast, guys? In a bathroom, in a bathroom, in an institution bathroom. Trying to get some privacy just to get the news out. Never a dull moment, I tell you. So, anyways, yeah, where was I? As I was saying, so I was saying in the news this morning that there were two postponements yesterday, which was kind of ironic, and there were a few more, but I only mentioned two. The Ministry of Education postponed their press conference yesterday. They did not give us a date as to when it's going to be done. It was rescheduled. And then, but the other postponement was the autopsy for Jodian Fearon, which was supposed to be yesterday, but because of the police involvement, it had to be postponed for today. So I don't know if it was done or not, but it was supposed to be done today. It was postponed for today because of the police involvement, right? So the police got themselves involved, right? And I have landladies who lock me out of my place, right? Change lock on my door, on my and don't give me a key to get into my place, which is a criminal act, guys. You check the law, check the Red Board Act. It's a criminal offense to do that. And up to now, nobody got arrested, nobody got charged, no investigation was done into the case, even though I reported it to the police. Okay. Nevertheless, here it is. With this case, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of this case, and so the police got involved because they're a friend, and so immediately a criminal investigation was done. I'm not gonna too much blame the police 100% either, because I did hear the Prime Minister himself say that a criminal investigation was going to be done, right? A civil and a criminal. So he knows about it, right? Minister of National Security knew about it. Everybody knew about it. So the police are investigating and the head knows about it. You can't blame, right, the corporal or the sergeant or the inspector or even the superintendent for that matter, okay? You have to blame bigger heads or the higher heads, right? Okay. So anyways, as you heard, investigation is going on. And Dr. Morais Guy said, okay, what they should have had was a commission of inquiry instead. Okay, because then you have a case where what is the purpose of the Medical Council of Jamaica? What's their role? What is the role of the Medical Association of Jamaica, right? The MAJ and the council. What are their roles, right? Why are they not involved in the case? Why weren't they the one that should have been doing the investigation? And here it is now that the attorney for the Jodian Fearon family is asking the question. So you're going into Parliament and you're posturing in Parliament. And I'm sorry, sir, I can't find a better word to use at this point in time based on current events. I'm really sorry about that. But at this point in time, you're saying one thing in Parliament and there is no communication with the family. Why aren't you communicating with the family? Why does the family not know what is going on? They are the one who it happens to. While we are curious and we want to know, it really and truly, it's none of our business. It's not our business, really. We're just being humanitarian and we just want to know what's going on and we want to, offer our sympathies and our empathy and we want, but it's not really our business. Guess whose business it is? The family. They are the first person who should know what is going on here. It is their daughter, it's their wife or fiance or girlfriend or sister or daughter or granddaughter or cousin, right? Yeah, they are the ones who need to know this kind of information. What's going on here, right? I heard statements made about people politicizing this case, and in actuality, it looks as though that's what's happening for a fact, right? We're politicizing this. We don't want politics in this, right? We want what we want. We want to see, right, that the young lady, the case is investigated, and we want to see results that shows. You understand that it's not about passing the blame or playing a blame game. It's that there was a breakdown in the system, and as a result of this breakdown in the system, a life was lost, a precious life was lost. And for all the other pregnant women out there, they would like to know because I'm sure that there are others who are booked for Andrew's Memorial. I'm sure there are those who are booked for UHWI. I'm sure there are those who are booked for Victoria Jubilee Hospital. I'm sure there are those who are booked for French Town Hospital. Yeah. Because as you walk out the street, you're going to see a pregnant woman. There are so many pregnant women. And guys, that's another story, for another day. You see, come 9 months from now, starting from March, it's another baby boom, It's another baby boom. I'm telling you, baby boom too. But that's another story for another day. All right. So, as I was saying, right? All these pregnant women out there, they would like to know exactly because I am sure half of them right now are fearful and we can't afford for them to be fearful because fear and baby in the same sentence don't work when you're pregnant. Yep. With too many miscarriages, too many premature delivery, okay? So we don't really want that to happen. We want our pregnant women to be peaceful and calm at this point in time in their life when they're getting ready to have a child, bring it whether it's their first or their 15th, right? Doesn't matter, okay? And so they would like to know what's going on also, all right? The family would like to know what's going on, okay? So I mean, let us be more transparent with your information, and let us also know how to prioritize information that you share. Who you share the information with is very important. With whom you share the information is very important, right? Okay, English, British, American, yeah, you choose. Okay, and the point is, guys, that if it's anything I have said before, COVID-19, it's about time we start to respect COVID-19 to some extent, because I am telling you, it is so many things that COVID-19 has been revealing to us. Don't you see that? I mean, all of these things in the dark coming to light, right? All of these hospitals, and you heard the minister said that protocols were put in place. All the hospitals have protocols for COVID-19. You know what is sad about the whole thing, guys? Really, really sad. The girl wasn't even COVID-19 positive. I said that to you before, didn't I? Yes, and the chances are she just had a cold or it's flu season, so she have the flu. I mean, from morning, guys, I cannot tell you the amount of time I have sneezed because of my allergies, right? And chances are, because I'm outside here, before the program is on, you might hear me sneeze. Yeah, it's just that just the season, right? So how is it now? You test this girl, she went to triage, and you checked her vitals, and then you come to a conclusion that she has COVID-19. Huh? And now here it is. Now it is found that she did not even have the virus in the first instance. What a loss of life! What I mean, seriously, how senseless is this, guys? You see why the people are outraged? It's just crazy. Hmm? As I said, it's a continuing story, and there's a lot more to hear about this going forward, and I will have that information for you. All right. Now, there's another story that I wanted to talk about before I get to that one. So, okay. Apparently, there were some BPOs, as you were told, that were open, right? That were open because they were exempted. I am presuming, because the news has stated it, that this particular BPO in New Kingston, guys, is one of the exempted, because there's no way they could not be exempted, and they were open for them now to be closed. But as word has come that there is this BPO in New Kingston, Centerfield. I think they have a branch down there in Montego Bay, the popular BPO Centerfield. Well, they have tested positive. One of their employees have tested positive for COVID-19, and so the public health has closed down that BPO in New Kingston. Centerfield is now closed. I am presuming Centerfield is one of those exempted BPOs, because all BPOs were supposed to have been closed with the exception of, right? The essential services. So I am presuming that Centerfield is one of those exempted BPOs because of essential services. We will hear more, and as I hear, I will let you know. Okay, but Lord have mercy, because it started with one at Alorica, and it's over 200, and I think what I said, it was 222 or 232 now at Alorica. Oh, God help us if Centerfield turned out to be another Alorica. Guys, developing story. But I'd ask the question though, as to the shutdown St. Catherine. And we know in the news, they said that they were running down 300 people in Kingston and St. Andrew. You remember I told you that, guys, didn't you? I wonder if these people think that we're stupid. I wonder the relatives that we don't listen to the news, that we don't understand what is going on here. Because remember, they said when the news first came out that there was a cluster in Kingston and St. Andrew and a cluster in St. Catherine. They ran and closed down St. Catherine without having a discussion with the principals who manage St. Catherine, the mayors, the councillors, right? I don't know if they spoke with the MPs. I didn't know very much about the MPs, but I know especially I've heard the councillors and the presidents of the Chamber of Commerce, right? I've heard those persons and the mayors saying basically they were not told anything when the decision was made that they were going to close down, and you would have thought in the decision making process that they would have been a part of the team, right? Brainstorming to come to such a discussion, such a conclusion, right? So you wonder, or if it's any wonder, that there was so much chaos in St. Catherine when the close down came, right? There's no wonder about that, because the people who are actually on the ground who should know this are basically the persons who really are not involved in the decision making process. All right. So, as I was saying, now you closed down St. Catherine, but nothing was done about Kingston and St. Andrew. We haven't heard further about the cluster in Kingston and St. Andrew, have we? We know that there were many persons who live in Kingston and St. Andrew who worked at Alorica. We know that. But we have heard nothing about it. So could it be? I'm not saying, I don't know. Could it be that because y'all are in Kingston and St. Andrew. You don't want to close down Kingston and St. Andrew. I'm just asking. You see? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm trying to get some answers. I'm asking questions, as a well-thinking person, right? And it's just kind of strange to me that we haven't heard anything about the clusters in Kingston and St. Andrew, right? We haven't heard anything. And now here it is another BPO in New Kingston, of all places. New Kingston, you could say the capital, the financial capital, right? I know Kingston generally the financial capital of Jamaica, but I think New Kingston is probably the financial capital of Kingston and St. Andrew, right? So, question is, what's going to happen now that this person is tested positive? We would have hoped that you would have learned something from the Alarico debacle, and certain protocols would have been established and put in place to handle this situation. So we don't want to hear about another situation like Alarico, because okay, you had a dry run, so to speak. No, you should become an expert at this, and know what to do, right? So all eyes are watching, sirs and ma'ams. Oh boy. Guys, never a dull moment, yeah? Never a dull moment. And as I'm on that subject, well, not on that subject per se, but I'm gonna go. It ties in somehow in terms of exemptions, right? Because you guys heard in the House, the Prime Minister yesterday said that he gave the construction industry exemptions also. hmm Again, more questions. Can I tell you something? I was walking through Montego Bay today, and I noticed, what I noticed, guys? A lot of places are renovating. Yes, I see some paint jobs going on, some lovely signs put up. I'm sorry I don't have the ability to do a video while I'm doing live stream in terms of actually showing you the video. I could show you some videos of the places in Montego Bay, right? Where even if you go down to dead end, guys, if you go down to dead end of Montego Bay, what we call dead end by the airport, the foot of the airport, where the beach is. Oh my God. It's like they were waiting on us to get off the streets. They paint up the whole of there is painted out, nicely painted out, signs put up and all kind of stuff. It is looking so beautiful. Right? You go to other places, you see the same thing happening. People are renovating, and I'm like, okay then. I can't sit on the beach, right? I can't sit in the park. I can't I can't let down my hair and relax and try not to get mental. And when I say I'm speaking for Jamaicans, right? You understand that. Um, but nevertheless, if I want to go buy a shoe, the shoe store is open. If I want to go to where is it open? Yeah, the hardware is open. The construction places are open. Things like those are open, right? All of those places are open. But what's not open are places for relaxation. So when you have us locked up in the house, what do you expect us to do? Is the question, right? We can't sit down and enjoy Mother Nature. We can't enjoy the beach that our Creator gave to us to enjoy. We can't enjoy any of that. But you want us to go and shop, right? That's what you want us to do. Go and shop. The places for us to go and shop is open. The bank is open, so you can go collect your money. You can go get remittance. But there's nowhere for you to let down your hair right during this very difficult time. For some people, that's what they need. Some people who don't have the peace that I have because of my relationship with God, and we all should have it, guys. Yeah, all of us, we should have it. But some people don't. So their relaxation might be going on the beach and sit on the beach, and I do it, and I love to do that too. And that might be what they like to do: sit on the beach, look out at the ocean, and get some peace of mind during all that is happening, craziness is happening right now. But you lock the beach; they can't go on the beach. They can't go to the park. There's nowhere for them to sit down. You find somewhere to sit down, and they tell you social distancing. We are told not to put down the chairs. You can't even sit down somewhere. All the chairs are packed up. It's free to go. For here to go. That's what Long Islanders would say. For here to go, right? either you're going to go with it because you can't stay here with it because there's no seat here for you to stay. So you have to go with it. Come on, what are you doing to us? That's not right. And now, um, the Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, has announced that the construction industry is to be included in the relevant exemption schedules, right? According to him, and I'm quoting him, the construction industry is now considered an exempted industry, and members of this industry should be able to move about during the period of the curfew subject to the rules, which would be that they move to go to work, they're going to do their duties on a construction site. It does not mean that they are not under the general health rules. They are still required to wear a mask and maintain social distancing. The contractor or employer is required to provide at the work site the necessary hand washing and sanitization stations. End quote. So you can go build your big houses, okay, and your big businesses that you're building so that we can go and shop again and spend our money. But again, we have nowhere where we can go to relax and to unburden ourselves during this difficult time. I'm really, I give, persons the benefit of the doubt, and you have seen that because that's how I am, right? I give benefit of the doubt. But my grandmother always said, you give man rope to hang himself. You understand? Because people like to take advantage, right? They take advantage. Again, my grandmother would say, give them a yard and they take a mile. Because they do something and you say nothing. And they say, oh, and they do it again and they do more and they keep doing and doing and they keep, pushing and pushing and pushing that button until one day. And they wonder, guys, this is why it's important to have a relationship with God, because I know without one, you guys would go crazy, and I understand that. You go ballistic. This is why people commit murders. People don't understand. That's one of the reasons, because it just snap like that, because not all of us have it together. Because when we see the thing that happened to us, the atrocity that happened, if you talk to some of these murderers, I'm not saying all of them, God forbid, but I'm saying some of these murders that have been committed, they'll tell you, the snap. It was like, enough is enough. I can't take it anymore. Bam. Enough. Yeah. You just don't know a person's boiling point, guys. Everybody has a tipping point. The cup, you throw the water in the cup, and the cup is almost full. At the brim, it's full of water. You did not know. Just that one tip was all that cup needed for the water to spill over. That's just how life is, guys. Right? The powers that be, those who we have elected to manage on our behalf, stop treating us as though you think we have no sense. I know you make education hard for us, and so many of us are unfortunately illiterate or undereducated. Yeah, but many of us understand, and even those some of us who are uneducated, they listen. Some of them listen a lot, and they know a lot, and they observe. They're not stupid. Okay, it's time you stop treating us as though you think we are. Okay, you have an agenda. Clearly, there's an agenda. There's an agenda, clearly. But please understand that people are watching. Okay, people are watching. Okay. All right, guys. So, um, just briefly, I'm gonna just mention this briefly since I mentioned education a while ago. So they were supposed to have been yesterday. We were supposed to have a digital press briefing with the Minister of Education and the Honorable Carl Samuda, right? Because people want to know what's happening in education. Again, this is an industry that has taken a great hit, right? Because another thing that people don't understand, they take it for granted that people can go online. Oh, education is online. Education is online. Guys, you have been here with me and you see how difficult it is for me sometimes to do the simple program on YouTube Live. You see how difficult it is sometimes, right? With my 4G, 4 gig data. How many of these persons you think have 4G, 4 gig data? And so you said, okay, you've made some of the sites zero rated. That means they don't need to have 4G, 4 gig data to go on the site. But guess what? They don't even have a laptop. They don't have a desktop because you did not give them one. So why you assume that they have one? Hmm? Why are you assuming that persons who can barely find it for their child to go to school can afford $100,000 laptop or a $50,000 laptop? Huh? Or a $200,000 laptop if you want an Apple MacBook or so. Higher hand, yeah? Really? So, what is going to happen to half of these students out there? We haven't heard much about CSEC, right? PEP, and all these other exams that has to be done, right? All we heard was that we were going to use the SBA for final grade for this year. Hmm? School year coming to end. And really and truly, people want to know what is going on. Where do we go from here with regard to our children? All these persons, yes, some persons are fortunate to have their homework sent to their phones. But regular SMS cannot do it either. So they need some data because some things cannot go on SMS. Some have to go on MMS and have to go through WhatsApp and other apps that can manage your curriculum. Yeah. So stop assuming that people have all these resources at their fingertips. So the ones who are fortunate, it's always the case, guys. It's always the case. So the haves are the ones who thrive, while the have-nots are the ones who starve. I mean, at what point? I mean, you talk about poverty to prosperity, but in none of your systems that you have implemented on your protocols show wherein persons can move from poverty to prosperity. All it shows is person move from poverty to poverty, and from prosperity to poverty, because the middle class is being eroded. All right. So you're either in the 3% or the 97%, basically at this point. There's no in between the way things are going on right now. Yeah. And here it is, you're supposed to hold a press conference to let people know what's going on in the education field, right? And you postpone the conference, right? You postpone it. And you did not even say, okay, apologize for postponing it and let us have a reschedule of this press conference so we can plan accordingly. Hmm? That is a scant regard you have for? Is that what it is? I'm asking, I don't know, right? Remember, perception is very subjective. So I'm perceiving, but it's very subjective, right? So it might not be so, but that's how I'm perceiving things at this point with my subjective perception based on my experience, right? And my knowledge. So we would like to know what's going on. We'd like an update, right? And we'd like an apology, right? You can't treat people like this. Just not right. I tell you, guys, COVID-19 is showing up a lot of things, right? Characters are being built, and some are being broken. Sad to say, unfortunately, it's just the reality. Yeah, in a crisis, people either the best of them comes out or the worst of them comes out. Pick a choice. God loves you all, but He wants all of you to have good characters. Yeah. Yeah. Being right standing with Him means loving your neighbor as yourself, showing love and compassion. Yeah. Right. So, all right. So, continuing, guys. According to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the Honorable Camilla Johnson Smith, the minister has informed the airlines about the new continued re-entry protocol for Jamaicans overseas. Quote, nationals who still hold tickets for their airlines can seek to rebook once the airlines have received the travel authorization through our online portal, she said. So, yesterday, guys, I went into great details about this. If you missed my episode yesterday, please go into my library when I'm through here and go and watch yesterday's episode because I spoke about it in depth yesterday. All right, guys, remember, even if you have a ticket already, even if you had that ticket, your return ticket, you cannot just go onto the airline and rebook. You cannot do it. As I told you before, okay? You have to have a certificate. It's a travel authorization certificate that is issued through the same portal where you're going to register. You have to go onto the website and register. Remember, I gave information yesterday, jamcovid19.moh.gov.jm. That's the website to go on. You can also go, they say, but you know how these things are. You can also go, they say, onto Apple Store if you have an iPhone, or you go on the Google Play Store if you have an Android to download the app, Jam COVID-19. The app is called Jam COVID-19, right? And that's how you are going to register to come back into the island, guys. Right? I went through all of that yesterday, so go and check in yesterday's episode, watch it, and share it with all your friends and family overseas who want to return to Jamaica, that they can get that information. I broke it down for you and I explained everything for you. All right? You have to do that. You cannot just go and book on to the on the airline. If you try, you can go try now, because some of us like to just do anything. We say one thing and you're gonna do it anyway. So you can go and try for yourself, but it's not, you're not going to get through. You will not be successful because of the fact that all the airlines, as you heard, have been notified not to let you book. So you can't book. You have to have the travel authorization certificate, and it's issued by PICA or PICA. Yeah, they're going to issue it to you, but only after you've satisfied them by answering accurately all the questions they ask, and based on their rubrics, they will find, okay, so yes, okay, so this person is qualified, this person is eligible to return. That's the only way it's going to happen, guys. Sorry to say, even though you're a Jamaican, that's how the system works, guys. So my advice, if it is, listen to me carefully, if it is that you really don't need to come back to Jamaica right now, need, you don't really need, then I would advise you, relax yourself wherever you are, make the best of a bad situation. Some of us love too much luxury. Listen to me now. Sometimes things happen to get us out of our comfort zone because we're too comfortable where we are. And you never grow in comfort, guys. It takes hardships and trials for growth. Crisis is what grow people, yeah? Not comfort. So sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone. You understand? So where you are might not be very comfortable, but you have to make the best of a bad situation. You're going to take lemons and make lemonade. So where you are might not be so nice and kosher, right? And I can attest to that. I understand what you mean. I've been there and I've done that, and I know, right? They may not be too nice, okay? But guess what? It's better than you having to come and go through the rigmarole that you have to go through here and go into 2 weeks quarantine. I mean, seriously, if that's what you want to do, I won't stop you. But I'm saying, if you don't need to, do not put yourself through that harassment at this point in time, okay? Right now, it's for persons who are vulnerable, persons who are in hardships, who really need to come back to Jamaica at this point in time. Those are the persons who are going to be processed, yeah? Exactly. So if you're not in that category, you will not be processed right now. You'll be turned down, okay? And remember, when you're processed and you've been approved and you've gotten your TAC, your Travel Authorization Certificate, and you're able to book and return to Jamaica, you are going to be put into 14 days quarantine. No bars hold back, okay? You are going to be put in 14 days quarantine, and you are not going to be into a 4-star hotel, okay? But if you're even in there, you're going to be there with whatever other person, because you're going to be grouped together. You've been told you're going to be grouped together, and you're going to be monitored every day for 14 days. All right. So if you don't need to put yourself through that aggravation, then I'm saying to you, if you don't need to come back right now, stay where you're there. Turn on your yard over there. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Again, it's a continuing story. It's an ongoing story. So as I hear more, you will hear. What I know, you will know, because knowledge is nothing if kept to myself. It is to be shared. It is to be applied. That's why I do this, guys, to share knowledge with you so that you can make informed decisions. Right. All right. So according to a news report on the nationwide radio, they said, Jodian, we're back to Jodian again. Jodian Fearon's personal doctor says that attempts have been made by the Medical Association of Jamaica to muzzle him. MAJ is muzzling the good doctor, the doctor says. Here's another he said, she said, guys. So there's a he said, she said with UHWI and Angela Moore Hospital, right? Because they say that one said no attempt was made to help help Jodian when they asked for her to be transferred. They turned them down, and the other one said no. We sent persons in hazmat suit for her. He said, she said, we will know the truth because, guys, It's a thing named time, Time. Time is the master of truth. Lies of microwave. They like the quick thing. Yeah, lies. Yeah, man. That's all. That's all. Lies flourish in the immediate, in the here and the now. But is it the truth? Truth loves time. Time is the revealer of truth, guys. Over time. Yeah. If you just allow it, give it time, everything will reveal itself in time. So we will know who's lying from who's telling the truth with that one. We're not rushing it. So same thing here now, guys. The doctor is saying MAJ muzzling him. According to the president of MAJ, Andrew Manning, he dismisses the claim, saying nothing go so. Another developing story, which I will have more for you. Now, guys, this one is interesting. I was seeing, I don't know if you saw this video on social media. It went viral, actually, of a man being robbed in Manchester. So this is what I have. This is all I have. The Manchester police are probing the incident in which a man was robbed reportedly of about $2 million in local and foreign currencies at the Mandeville Plaza yesterday while he was heading to a bank. The robber ran away, leaving behind his motorcycle. So this actually happened on Monday. Okay, so yesterday, Tuesday, is when it was circulating on social media, right? I don't know how true, if it is. As a matter of fact, I was reading some of the comments on social media, and people were actually saying, no, man, this is staged. It's not real. Nothing, no, so. This could not be real. And the reason they were saying that, guy, because when you look at the video, there was no attempt by the victim to defend himself from the robber. If you're carrying $2 million worth of currencies, and they say foreign currency, so I'm presuming maybe some US dollars or some British pounds, right? I'm thinking, or Canadian dollars, in addition to Jamaican dollars, right? Because these are the main dollars that we use here. So I'm thinking, so if you have that amount of money on you and someone actually trying to rob you, you put up a fight, wouldn't you? Even you know, they say you're supposed to let them have it and not put up a fight. But you're a man, and that's what men do. You're not going to let go your money like that. You're going to put up a fight, right? But there was no such incident occurring while we were watching that video. So it appears as though, like somebody said, it was staged. So whether or not it is true, we don't really know. But the police, the Manchester police, they are probing the incident to find out if it is true or not, what is really happening here. So again, guys, the robber left his motorcycle behind. And so if he left his motorcycle behind, that to me, that also suggests that maybe some struggling did go on there. So we don't get the full story, right? The video was not quite clear. I couldn't figure it out. So I can't say yay or nay from the video, the clip that I saw. However, this is going to be a developing story. So I will have more for you with regard to whether it's a true story, and I'll let you know what the police have discovered after their investigation. We'll have more on that for you going forward. All right. Okay. All right. And yeah, this one. I think I'm gonna finish up with this one. Yeah. Yeah. So to be honest with you guys, it's only since I've gotten back into journalism that I've really been keeping abreast of some of these things. To be honest with you, prior to this, I was teaching and I was not really much interested in following politics. To be honest with you, I wasn't. So some of these persons, I heard their names. I really didn't know who they were. So for example, Dr. Morais Guy, I apologize. Dr. Guy, I know of Dr. Guy because he was I know he was the former president of MAJ, the same MAJ we're talking about. He was former president, right? But I know he's a doctor. I know him as a medical doctor. I did not know of his political affiliations. So for me, this was news when I heard him in Parliament yesterday and realized who he was. Okay, so I apologize for the fact that I did not recognize, not Dr. Guy, sorry guys, I meant Dr. Winston Delahaye. He's the one I'm telling you about now, Dr. Winston Delahaye. So apparently, Dr. Winston Delahaye is running on the PNP ticket, right? Okay. And he is a medical doctor, right? Now, apparently, And again, I don't have full details. When I have it, you'll get it. But it's what comes to me. Apparently, he has been receiving death threats, he says. Okay? He has been receiving death threats. So as a result of these death threats that he has been receiving, he has decided that he is no longer going to run. He has resigned. He's handed in his resignation. He is done with politics. He wants out of it. I guess he's going to go back to his medical practitioner, right? Because he is not going to continue into politics. And he's still a relatively young man, so I guess that's what he's probably going to do, concentrate on his medical practice, right? He hasn't said so. I haven't read that. I'm just surmising. That's just my 2 cents, right? Yeah, but if it is true, though, guys, that he is really been receiving death threat, that's not right, really. Why would they be giving the guy death threat because he's running for politics or he's running in a particular area? I know, like I said, I can't give it too much because you know me, I have to get both sides of the story. I have to hear all the information before I really say yay or nay. But just based on what is out there at this point in time, the little that I've heard, I'm like, if it's really true that it's getting death threats, that is that's just not right. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, and I'm really sorry that it's happening, Dr. Delahaye. You have my sympathies, sir. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Sorry I had to end that way because we do need politicians, guys. Even though we know some of them really, oh my God, we know. But it is necessary because we have to have people running the country, a democratic country as a government, guys, right? So we have to have persons in politics, persons who are, our members of parliament, our councillors, our mayors, and so forth. These are people who we elect and put in office to manage on our behalf, right? Exactly. So, when we hear this, it's not something to be rejoiced over. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. We do need our politicians. And we pray for them, we know in everything, the wheat and tears grow together to the day of harvest. We understand that. You understand? It's always going to be good apple and bad apple. It's just the way it is, guys. Look on the mango tree. You pick the mango. One has worm, one doesn't have worm. It's just the way it is, guys. And the sooner we understand that, the better life is for us, the less stress we have. Yeah? Okay. Well, guys, guess what? This outdoor thing looked like it worked, not true? Lord, I was able to have an outside broadcast. And I wonder if I just give you a quick look around, see. Let's see, I don't know what much you can see. Yeah, you can see a little bit there. Yeah. Give you a little look around. Yeah. Yeah. That's a partial view of UCC, right? University of the Caribbean. Commonwealth. Yeah, yeah, my alma mater. Yeah, both past and present actually. Yeah. So, anyways, I've come to the end of today's broadcast, and I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed it. Yeah, being outside in the fresh air. I'm still hot, but not as hot as I'm in the house. It's a different kind of heat, right? It being inside from being outside because out here I'm hot, but the breeze, I'm feeling the breeze. The breeze is blowing, right? So I'm getting that effect, right? It's a good effect. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah. So sorry for the background not being the beach or the botanical park, but it is what it is, right? Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for spending this hour with me. Okay. Wow, I cannot believe time has passed so fast. It's already an hour since I've been here with you. Oh my God, where did the time go? Oh my God. Time really does pass when you're having fun, doesn't it? Yeah, it really goes fast. Okay, guys. So, yes, and thank you. If you like the program, thank you for the thumbs up. I see the thumbs up. Yes, keep the thumbs up coming. If you like the program, thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up. Remember, guys, share it with your friends and your family. Yes, share it even with people who are, your cultural acquaintances, all your contacts. Share. Guys, remember, knowledge is nothing kept to yourself. Knowledge can only be shared. It can only be applied. You have to apply knowledge. You have to share it with others, right? You can't keep it to yourself. It means nothing. It is kept to yourself, right? And so, thank you. Remember also, give me your comments. Comment on the show. Let me know. Give me your views on what I've said. You might have different views. It's fine. Let me know your views. Okay. If it is that you want me to talk about something that I've not been talking about, then send me a DM, a direct message in my Facebook account, Omega News JA, okay, and let me know. I've been trying to get some more guests onto the show. It has not happened yet, okay? But as soon as I do have, I will bring them on. If it is that you would like to come on the show, send me a DM also on Omega News JA on my Facebook account. Remember, I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, so you can like, comment, and share on those platforms. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me. I really enjoyed my time with you. Okay, so I'm going to go now. And as always, I'm going to say tomorrow is Thursday. I'm supposed to be on at noon tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon, I will confirm when I send out the morning broadcast, the morning news. Then I usually say what time I'm going to be on during that time. So it should be 12 o'clock tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon, but you'll have a confirmation in the morning, okay? All right, so until then, God willing, right? This is JJ, Woman Without Borders. Oh my God. 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 One more, one last thing. Is it? Is it? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this, guys. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. Okay. One last thing for you before I go. One last thing before I go. I did not give you any international news, and I have to give international news. I'm Woman Without Borders, right? So at least one thing I must tell you. So I have to give you the numbers as of today for the confirmed coronavirus disease, COVID-19 worldwide. Guys, the number 3,157,459 cases today, with 219,611 deaths worldwide. That's worldwide, guys. In the US of A alone, United States of America, 1,023,304 deaths as of today, guys, with 58,965 deaths, almost 59,000 deaths in the US of A, and over a million confirmed cases. Yeah, that's your international news for today. Oh my God. Aren't you happy you stayed for the last second, as they would say? Otherwise, you would have missed that little part, wouldn't you? All right, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Okay. It was my pleasure being here with you. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. So until then, remember, stay blessed and be a blessing. Love you. Bye.